Yes. Welcome one and all to another episode of the Gym Rat Pack.
With myself, with me, definitely me,
with me, not him,
Mr.
with
L
me.
Rock and Black Man and Robin.
Otherwise known as Larry Olubamiwo and
Robin, apparently. Damien Ashley. What's up, people?
otherwise known as Ivory.
Otherwise known as the Weird Hands.
And,
Captain Weird Hands.
My
In between.
The
mixture.
The packet of rebels is here.
Yeah, Mr. L Rock.
Ebony Light.
Ebony Light.
Ebony Light 2.0.
Ebony Zero.
Exactly. We're here to give you, as always, our perspective on everything entertainment, specifically or especially movies and TVs. TV, yeah. So let's begin. Sorry, I'm a bit spaced out today.
He's worked hard.
He's worked hard.
Yes,
and he's literally been home for 30 seconds before we started doing this. So.
Yes.
But that's not your problem.
No.
Support. So we can
please like.
Do this.
Like, subscribe.
Full time. Yes. Okay. So we've got quite a few topics to discuss with y'all. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first topic that we have is so we all know that they did the Disney Plus Day thing recently.
Yep.
And as part of that, they reeled off all the stuff that they got planned coming for Disney Plus, which, as Damien pointed out to us in the group chat, was pretty much Marvel. They should have just called it Marvel Day.
This is Marvel
Every
Day.
other word was Marvel Studios,
I didn't see one Disney production. I didn't see Star Wars.
There was nothing on Star Wars,
There was
nothing on Star Wars. It was Disney. It was Marvel Studios. The Marvel Studios.
It might as well have been here's Marvel Day presented by Disney. That's what it might as well have been.
But part of that news that had us very excited, especially us three, was the news that they're going to order a revival of the 90s Xmen series, animated series. I don't know if you guys remember that. Some of you might be a bit too young for that. But the X-Men, there was an animated series of X-Men in the 90s, along with the Spiderman animated series that was friggin' excellent. I used to run home from school with my brother to make sure we caught it on time. That's how good this thing was. And the theme song, as Leon pointed out, top. Why they didn't have that in the X-Men films, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. So they have ordered a revival of that, and plus they've also said they're going to have Marvel Zombies. So that'll be pretty good.
Marvel Zombies?
Yeah, they're going to have Marvel Zombies. And Spider-Man Freshman Year. That won't be a revival of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Why? I don't know. If you're going to revive the X-Men one, why not the Spider-Man one? So it makes no sense to me. But for us, the great news is the 90s X-Men revival. Fantastic. So with that being said, what do you think of that news? Because I know you're a big fan of the 90s X-Men animated series.
I'm more of a fan of the series than the actual films.
Yeah.
I like the films. I love the films. But I don't know if it holds a nostalgic value for me.
As much as the cartoon does.
Yeah. You know, that's probably why I like it so much, because it takes me to a good place. But so when you say they're doing a revival, what, they're replaying it, so animating it?
Let me read you. They're actually continuing the series, but let me read you the article that we got this from, and it's actually from the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
Yes, big Hollywood Reporter, big them up. So, Marvel Studios showed off first looks at Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel. This was all part of Disney Plus Day. Disney Plus is going big on Marvel. On Friday, the streaming service announced several new animated projects and confirmed others that have been rumored to be in development. Disney Plus also showed off first footage for upcoming live action shows. We know that. Among the newly announced projects are X-Men 97, which is the revival one, Spider-Man Freshman Year, and Marvel Zombies. X-Men 97, due in 2023, continues the story of the beloved 1990s animated X-Men series, which ran from 1992 to 1997 and was praised for its sophisticated serialized storytelling and has been cited as an inspiration by creators such as Loki director Kate Herron. Bo DeMaio, known for his work on The Witcher, is head writer. Spider-Man Freshman Year is an animated show exploring Peter Parker on his way to becoming the MCU's Spider-Man. It's described as celebrating the early comic roots of the character. Tom Holland, well, it goes into Tom Holland, that's not. Marvel Zombies from director Brian Andrews reimagines the Marvel Universe as a new generation of heroes fights the zombie plague. What If recently explored the concept of Marvel Zombies, in which the Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman tackled in the pages of the comics 15 years ago. Zeb Wells will serve as executive producer and head writer. Have any of you watched the What If series yet?
No.
You need to watch that.
Yeah?
You need, seriously. Some of them are a bit dry, like the first one, but the Marvel Zombies one was really good.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
There's a few episodes that are really good, including the end one. But yeah, I'll tell you guys to watch that. But if that's what we have, if that's an example of what we have coming, I'm really looking forward to the 90s one. So again, I'll put it to you.
Yeah.
What do you expect from it? And yeah, I know you love the original. So.
I think first of all, the actual way they animate it's going to be key for me. Because what I have noticed in recent years, they've come away from the way they used to animate, and it's really different, and it just doesn't feel authentic. For example, if you see Scooby-Doo from the 70s and you see Scooby-Doo today, the way it's animated is it's almost like airbrushed out. Everything's airbrushed, the details. So what I remember from X-Men is it was almost like manga, but not too manga-ish. And it just had a feel. It was a whole feel. So the animation, the music, and even when you look at each episode, they were like it could be today on Netflix.
100%.
Like proper shows.
100%.
Proper shows with depth, with a storyline, with an arc.
You forget that it's animated.
You forget
it's animated.
And it managed to have like adult themes and characters, but they still had it for a child audience. But you can still tune into it as a teenager and as an adult and go, I'm enjoying this.
Yes. And it did. It crossed everyone. So you could be 3 years old and just seeing people jumping around, and you could be a grown man and say, I like this.
I remember running home, like I said, with my brother to watch that from secondary school. So we were like 14. I was 14. My brother was like 10 or 11, whatever. And sitting down watching it, and then my parents getting sucked into it. As well.
It was one of those shows.
It was. It was
for everyone.
Damien, I know you're a massive fan of the 90s X-Men animated series as well. What are your thoughts on this news?
All I'm going to say is this. When it works. Do you need anything else? No. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
That theme tune was banging, honestly.
Done. That's the best theme tune that's ever made for a cartoon, period.
They needed to have that in the film.
So if you remember that, please smash a like.
Yes.
If you remember that theme tune, please smash a like.
Yes. That theme tune, the Spider-Man animated 90s theme tune, and the Iron Man one. Those are the best ones. Those are the best ones.
That's when they put a lot of energy into the intros.
Yes.
Which they don't do as much anymore.
No.
Nothing's catchy, nothing's nice, nothing brings you to the place.
Exactly.
Because we can just hear that music and it takes
no matter
you
where you are, you know where that came from. As soon as you hear the music,
whether there's a visual or not,
you know where that came from.
And the Apocalypse episode in X-Men, part of my language right now, it pisses all over the Apocalypse X-Men movie they made. When they made the bad guy, when they made Apocalypto some Power Rangers Scooby-Doo version, and they got rid of what was this very dark and overpowering beast. Because when Apocalypto first turns up, he's like, this guy's about to get up.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
He gets the Archangels together and you're like, right, okay, I'm very frightened for every single mutant right now.
Yeah.
And so that by far was the best series run, the best two-parter, and it just showed you what that show was capable of.
And it was funny you mentioned Apocalypse, because again, like you, I thought they did Apocalypse dirty in those movies, because you see from the cartoon how powerful he is.
Yeah.
He's on a Thanos level, in fact. Do you know what I mean?
And then they done him like the Hulk.
Right.
They done him like the Hulk.
Exactly.
Like he was,
like he's just nobody. You know what I mean? It's nonsense. So me personally, I like you guys. I am really looking forward to this. I think it's so good. My one question is why they're not doing this with the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, because they're bringing a Spider-Man freshman year, but it has nothing to do with the 90s. So why do you think they're not doing that?
I don't know. I don't know. But people have been asking for the X-Men
and Spider-Man one.
Yeah, but I think the X-Men just a bit more.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. Maybe just as much. But you got to remember the Spider-Man one finished on a cliffhanger, because you watched it very recently.
Yeah.
So the Spider-Man one finished when they did Secret Wars, and then Madam Web said, "Okay, let's go find Mary Jane now."
Yeah.
And then it stopped.
And then that was the end.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, and I remember even when I knew that they weren't going to do anymore, I was like, "What?
How do you leave it there?
How can you leave me hanging like that, man?" You know. So I would say just as much, even more, they want the Spider-Man one.
Okay.
So I don't know what do you think?
I kind of agree with Leon. I think for me, I'd want the X-Men one more, and I think there's probably a big cry out for that in comparison. I think Spider-Man now, from the film perspective, he's there so much. I mean, even what we're about to talk about in a minute, it's there so much in the media that where the X-Men films have not been doing well lately, you need to get those characters back out, and what better way to get interest in the franchise
that's
again
actually a good
than
theory.
reviving a comic book cartoon that was massive in the 90s.
That's actually a pretty good theory, actually.
Because the last two films have been done very well.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
The first couple,
we
were all loving it.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
The last one that they did at this main series is Days of Future Past. That was the last good one. I'm not including Logan. Because I take that away from it. Yeah, I mean,
it's not X-Men. It's just Logan.
It's just and it's an alternate world one, really. If you look at the comics, the way it is in the comics. But out of the series, the last best really good one was Days of Future Past.
And I haven't seen Dark Phoenix. I have no idea about that. And Apocalypse, I've watched about probably 15-20 minutes of, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I don't believe
you. You didn't miss much.
No,
I'm
going to tell you didn't miss much.
You didn't. You didn't. And Dark Phoenix, you didn't miss much. Yeah. So I guess we're all excited about this news, aren't we?
Yep.
So, guys, let us know what you think.
Simple.
Yeah. Are you excited for this X-Men revival of the 90s? I mean, some of you might not, might be a bit too young for this, but the ones that are appropriately aged, are you excited for this? And what do you think about them bringing back also the Spider-Man night? Should they bring back the 90s Spider-Man animated series? Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Someone wait Leon up.
Yes.
Vocal warm-up.
Yeah, you got to do your vocal warm-up.
Okay,
on to the next topic. Everybody's favourite actor in everybody's favourite film. Mel Gibson is back, and he's going to direct Lethal Weapon 5. Lethal Weapon 5.
It's like Rambo a million. They just keep on coming.
Yeah.
Keep on coming.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah. So, Larry, when did you start watching Lethal Weapon?
Do you know, I've never fully watched the fourth one with Chris Rock. Not fully.
Oh, okay.
And I like to because I know Jet Li's in it, obviously.
Yeah, and Chris Rock.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It just...
Listen, ask me the story.
Is it pretty good?
Ask me the story. I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know. I don't remember.
So, so before we even get into the story, are you looking forward to this fifth one?
No.
Okay, well, this story comes to us via Variety. Do you want to read it?
No.
Okay. Do you want to read it?
I've read it already.
Okay, cool.
Good.
After starring in the first Lethal Weapon movie more than 30 years ago...
Doesn't he read so beautifully?
Mel Gibson... Well, thank you. Mel Gibson is in talks to direct the upcoming Lethal Weapon 5, Variety has confirmed. The fifth entry of the classic action franchise has been in development for several years, with Richard Wenk, the Equalizer, writing the most recent draft of the script. Richard Donner, who directed and produced all 4 previous Lethal Weapon films, I didn't even know that. He just died, didn't he? Yeah. Had been working on to develop a 5th installment, but he died on July 5th, 2021 at 91, putting the plans in limbo. Donner's wife, Lauren Schuler Donner, will produce the film alongside Rideback's Dan Lee, Jonathan Ehrich of Rideback, and Derek Hoffman of the Donners Company will executive produce. Speaking at an event in London, as you said earlier, Gibson let it slip that he would take over directing duties from Donner, fulfilling the late director's wishes. He was developing the screenplay and he got pretty far along with it. And he said to me one day, "Listen, kid, if I kick the bucket, you will do it." And I said, "Shut up." Gibson said, according to The Sun. Not the bloody Sun.
The Sun?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stop reading that.
Yeah.
We don't want to give them any
Yeah.
No.
For all our non-UK supporters, The Sun is a trash tabloid
It's
paper.
toilet paper.
That we don't want to give any airtime to. So,
it's toilet paper.
There you go.
It's toilet paper.
So, let me ask you first, Damien.
As a big Mel Gibson fan.
Before we continue with this, I found out these guys enlightened me to something that Mel Gibson said that is putting... I had a bit of a sour taste, but it's given me an extremely sour taste, but I will leave that to the side for now. I want to talk about that sour taste. But it's made me not want to talk about him in a positive light. But still, I will give the man his props for what he's done in the entertainment world, that side of things. The rest of it, we can, leave that to up there. I'm in two minds.
Okay.
One, I like Lethal Weapon 4, and I did not like Lethal Weapon 3. I was not a fan of Lethal Weapon 3. I love 1, I love 2, I forget about 3, I like 4.
Which one was Joe Pesci in?
Joe Pesci was in... He was in
2 and 3.
2, 3 and 4.
And 4, okay.
2, 3 and 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 2, 3 and 4. I liked it because, one, it brought Jet Li, so again, a martial arts bias, it brought Jet Li to our screens.
Jet Li, we salute.
All the time.
All the time.
It gave Chris Rock the first on screen when I really enjoyed him in, because I actually like him in that one. Okay. You get Johnny Cochran? I kill you. I like him in that. But
you didn't like him in New Jack City?
I can't remember New Jack City. I was that young.
You didn't like him in what's the film?
What?
Boomerang.
Straight out of. What did he do?
Oh, CB4.
CB4.
He's too young for
What's CB4?
Huh?
What's CB4?
Oh my God!
This is how young I am. Okay,
Stop the press. Get this kid a TV or DVD player or whatever.
I haven't seen
CB. Oh my God!
CB4. We're on a tangent, and we got
we're gonna go on a tangent.
CB4 is Chris Rock's, I think, best comedic performance.
In
any film he's ever done.
Yeah.
As in
and it was his debut, wasn't it?
I think
of him holding it.
Of being a star in the film.
Being the lead.
Yes,
when was it made?
Yes. Oh, this was early 90s.
Yeah.
Because I would have been 5 or 6 at the time. Give me a break. I would have been 5 or 6 years
old. You get a little bit of a break. But CB4 was basically a parody of Straight Outta Compton. I want to say it's a parody of Straight Outta Compton because Straight Outta Compton never came out. But it was a parody of the story of the NWA.
Okay.
So, it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Funny.
I will add it to my watch list of 1 million titles.
The
Godfather, which I haven't seen. They're gonna look at me like that.
But anyway,
we're
gonna talk about CB4 another time.
Yes,
we're gonna have to.
Oh, it's got to be one of the oldies that we.
One of the oldies.
100%.
One of the oldies.
100%.
Because he can watch it and then we can review it. For the first time.
Right.
But Lethal Weapon.
So I'm in a big bag about it. One has, I mentioned before, I like Lethal Weapon 4, so I want to see a new one. But do I want to see a new one? This is the thing. I want to see a new Beverly Hills Cop movie. I really, really do, because
that is coming out.
I want to do it the right way. I want to get the semi-bad taste of Beverly Hills Cop 3 out of my mouth. But going back to those films in the 90s that we love, I
didn't mind the Beverly Hills Cop.
I didn't mind it. In comparison to 1 and 2. It's like it's a bit of a TV.
It wasn't as good as 1 and 2, but it still was okay.
Eddie's brilliant in it, but that's about it. Like the rest of them, even the bad guys, like the Lance Henriksen side guy. It's not Lance Henriksen, but looks like Lance Henriksen who plays the cop villain. I was like, yeah. But that side, I want to see Lethal Weapon 5 because I like the franchise bar 3. Mel Gibson directing it.
Well, he's a good director.
This is the thing. As much as I want to say that doesn't give me any hope for the film, actually. Because it's a franchise film. When you look at his body of work, every single film he's done, he's either won an Oscar for it as a director, or it's been nominated for one.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge, A Man Without a Face, Braveheart, Apocalypto have all been nominated or won Oscars. So the man knows what he's doing behind the camera.
Without a doubt.
Will he bring that to this franchise? I don't know. Because obviously it's not his baby, and with the script that's coming out, because 9 times out of 10, whatever film he actually directs, he wrote the script for as well.
And he wouldn't have
and he puts his vision behind the camera.
He wouldn't have written the script for this one. So
it depends if he's doing it as a favour and he's not going to be bringing his A game. I don't know.
I don't see why he wouldn't bring his A game.
Because
he's been sort of just in the wings for a while. He needs something to make him current again.
I agree with you. I agree. But I just, like Damien said, he usually writes and directs. So the fact that he's not going to write this, it's already been written by Richard Donner.
But he might change bits.
If
you're directing, it's like, nah, I'm not really getting the vision for this.
There's a lot.
And nobody knows the characters.
That's very true. That's very true.
He's got the clout to go, you know what, let's cut 60 pages out of this.
So redo that.
Maybe.
From that standpoint, he might make something. I mean, I don't know if the narrative is them two, we're way too old for this now, then do I want to see, like, geriatric Martin Riggs and Murtaugh?
Well,
I don't know.
Obviously we saw Mel Gibson last in The Expendables 3, and he was looking pretty jacked. Danny Glover on the other
hormone or whatever the hell it was.
Danny Glover on the other hand hasn't been looking too fresh, so he might need to take some tips and some Sarzul off of Mel Gibson.
Talk to the Rock.
Back to the Predator 2 days.
He needs to talk to the Rock. And do you know what I mean? Go to the same chemist.
Exactly, for the chicken and broccoli.
Get yourself cloned or whatever.
Injectable chicken and broccoli.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But what are your thoughts on this, Leon?
I enjoyed Lethal Weapon 1 and Lethal Weapon 2 a lot. And I watched them many times, many times. And obviously love Joe Pesci. Because he's my guy. He's my guy.
Pesci,
and he can do anything.
He
can do
absolutely
comedy. He can do gangster.
Anything.
He can do anything.
Everything
My
in
Cousin
between.
Vinny, if you haven't seen it, watch that film. Watch My Cousin Vinny.
Man.
There's so much to talk about that we would be here. Well, we're going to be here for a long time, so don't worry.
We can't do that,
We're all going to get there. But and then after that, I sort of just got a bit tired. I'd like to see something good, but I just feel like when you're traveling with what was once really good, it just never seems to live up. And I honestly don't know if for me, it always comes back to that nostalgic factor. Like I remember good things, and when they try and travel it again, it just never lives up to what I wanted it to. I mean, sorry. No, the only thing that really did was when we got Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and then
The Last Crusade.
And then The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade made it.
But then the one after that.
But then the one after that It was just a step too far. It was just a step too far.
Yeah.
You know, some things are better off left alone.
I mean...
Do we want to see, like you said, these aging cops?
Well, it's funny we say it because normally I would say no, but they did a very good job in Bad Boys for Life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did, because they played on the fact that they're a lot older now, especially with the Will Smith character. And me, because even my missus enjoyed it, and she was like, yeah, they didn't try to make them young and, you know, like they were in the other two. Yeah. And, you know, they played on the age thing, which they could do in this one.
But they did that already.
Yeah,
he was always like, I can't run. I'm too old for this. Riggs!
The fourth one is Mel Gibson, like, out of breath, and they're getting the crap beat out of him by just like, they both say, oh, we're too old for this,
So how old are you now?
Hold on a second. Let's go.
Are you saying they're going to be on a Zimmer frame?
Colostomy bag and all running down the back. Hold on a second, throw your shit at him.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I don't know.
So, I mean, listen, I enjoyed one. I loved two.
Yes.
I
watched the rest. They were okay.
Three was okay.
It was okay.
I don't think it was a dumpster fire you're making it out to be.
No, it wasn't a dumpster fire, but I just... it's not a dumpster fire. It's not a dumpster fire. But when I look back at the series of films, 3 was like... It wasn't my Blade Trinity, but it was like my my X-Men Last Stand.
It was nowhere near that.
It was my X-Men Last Stand.
Okay,
it was like, you know, X-Men 1 and 2, great X-Men Last Stand.
It was a meh.
It was
a meh.
4 I haven't seen in its entirety, so that's something I will have to do, because obviously Jet Li's in it.
Also, this really shows my age. 4 was the first Lethal Weapon movie I ever saw.
Oh, you saw 4?
I saw 4 first. So I then went back and watched 1 and 2 years later. So,
I know we look younger than him, but...
Because 4 came out in what, 2000? Was it even 2000 when 4 came out?
I'm not sure.
Actually late 90s, but yeah, I was probably like 14 when the 4th one came out. So.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, So are we looking forward to it? Lethal Weapon 5? No? Yes?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Maybe when I see the trailer.
Yeah.
I see what they're putting together.
I'm
like, oh, okay.
I'd be inclined to agree with that.
Did you ever watch the series of...
I saw bits of it.
I wasn't interested.
Because I love Damien Wayans.
I didn't see it.
I was like,
it was okay. It was okay.
Who was in it? Damien
Wayans. I thought that was good casting.
Yeah, Damien Wayans.
I thought it was good casting.
What, senior or junior?
Senior. Damien Wayans senior. Yeah, senior.
Okay.
No, it was all right. It was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay. Well,
and then they fell out. Him and the guy that played Riggs fell out.
In real life.
In real life.
Oh, that's why.
And then they cut it.
Okay.
Was it 2 seasons? 2
Right.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what you think. We are a bit meh until we see the trailer. So, what do you guys think?
Anyone excited?
Yeah. Are you excited for Lethal Weapon 5? Do you think they should just put this to bed? What do you think about the old boys coming back in their Zimmer frames? And will they have Chris Rock back? Will they have Joe Pesci back? I'd love to see Joe Pesci back.
Bring back Joe.
Yeah, I want to
see.
If you've seen The Irishman, you'll realise he hasn't lost a step.
No.
When it comes to acting.
No.
Right.
No.
So please bring Joe Pesci back at least.
Yeah.
Will they have Chris Rock back? Will they have Jet Li maybe? I don't know. But let us know in the comments down below what you think about this news and if you're excited for it.
And Joe, make My Cousin Vinny 2. That's what I'm going to say.
Captain
Custard Cream is important for this one. And we're going to start off with the major reshoots, or the undergoing significant reshoots of the Doctor Strange Mountain of Madness upcoming sequel. And Larry's going to bring us probably the article, I'm guessing, from a Variety.
Hollywood Reporter.
Oh, the Hollywood Reporter. So, as always, a reputable source.
Yeah. So, it says that this Doctor is on call till Christmas as the actors and crew shoot 6 days a week until the end of the year.
Wee.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the Benedict Cumberbatch starring sequel to Marvel Studios' 2016 Cinematic Universe installment, has been prescribed some major reshoots. In what sources describe as a significant production, the new shoot, taking place in Los Angeles, comprises both additional photography and reshoots. How significant? Insiders say Cumberbatch and company are undertaking 6 weeks of shooting, if not more, working 6 days a week. Sam Raimi remains as Helmer, and Loki head writer Michael Waldron is still on board writing the new material. It is unclear what actors in addition to Cumberbatch are on the call sheet. The crew involved is familiar with the Marvel method and worked on recent pickups for the upcoming Spiderman No Way Home and additional shooting for next year's Oscar Isaac series Moon Knight, which I'm really looking forward to. One source downplayed the severity of the shoot. Even while in the middle of production, Marvel is scheduling you for more shooting, this person says, adding that the size and complexity of Marvel movies often necessitates additional photography. We've had bigger reshoots on other MCU movies, another insider says. However, other sources raised their eyebrows at the 6-week time frame. They're here until the end of the year. That's like a whole other movie, one says. Several factors appear to be driving the return to production. One insider says about 2 weeks are dedicated to principal photography that wasn't completed during the initial UK-based shoot due to what is described as actor availability issues. The insider also dismissed concerns that the reshoots were related to retooling the story.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, it could be a bunch of reasons as to which one's true, which one's not. Again, a lot of this is speculation. Which one do we follow? Is it COVID because of it? I mean, we're on the kind of, from what I can see, we're on the other side of COVID now in regards to things being opened up and everything else. So I don't particularly buy the COVID issue. Whether there is a lot of...
Yeah, because they do afterwards say another reason for the shoot concerns compensating for COVID-related production slowdowns that affected the UK production. But how much of that is true, I don't know.
If anything, they've probably seen what they've cut of it and they go, you know what, we need to go back and redo a lot of this. That's what, because Mountain of Madness Multiverse of Madness, I said Mountain of Madness, Multiverse of Madness, which I should have said, my bad, shoot me later on, all comic book fans. Multiverse of Madness, as a concept, you can see that being quite a complex thing to get right. And you know the way Marvel work, if they're going to make something, if they want something to be the hit it's going to be, they probably have looked at it and gone, actually, we need to redo some of these parts. It wouldn't surprise me.
That makes a lot of sense because they talk about not just reshooting, but shooting additional material, as we saw from this article. And you haven't watched Loki yet.
No, I haven't. No.
Me and Leon have. You know what happens at the end of that, and that really goes into the multiverse side of things. So I can see why, as Damien said, they've looked at things maybe after they shot it and think, okay, we need to...
because they know what fans are like. And things making sense. And, you know, they know that they're diehard core supporters. For them to stay on board, it needs to make sense. But first of all, I'm thinking, how much is that going to cost?
A lot. A lot.
Because to reshoot one scene in a Marvel film... And I don't care if it's just a scene on the high road. You know it's big money. So to add additional material, they've blown that like 100% out of the water.
100%.
So
because I've always heard now with major films, major tentpole films, but especially with Marvel films and DC films, because of the large scope and being big tentpole films, they actually do budget for reshoots as well.
Okay.
But with that being said, as you said, the additional material, they couldn't have accounted for.
So, and have they got someone to write that while it's happening?
They've actually said that. So someone's writing the new material in that report. It says someone, the head writer, who's also the Loki head writer, is writing the new material.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's like, as we said, they've watched Loki, because you need to watch Loki.
I'm 3 episodes in. I'm 3 episodes in. Give me some time.
The end of Loki really delves into this multiverse thing in a big way. And I think they've watched that, they've seen what they've got, and they've probably seen it hasn't matched up. As you said, us Marvel heads, I go into these films.
Make sense.
It's got to make sense. You know, otherwise I'm like, this is a plot hole, that's a plot hole. You know what I mean? So I go with you, Leon. I think they've looked at, and as you said, actually, they've looked at things and thought, look, this doesn't match up. We need to reshoot this and add that. But I don't know.
I mean, in touching on the Loki thing, could it also be, this is a very, very small connection, but like also the ending of Venom? Because that touches on, obviously, a
yes,
we've got to try and work him in somehow now as well.
Yeah, that could be. And even, I would even go as far as to say, even though we haven't seen the film, but we've seen enough of the trailers to know, Morbius.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morbius. There's so many,
it's a complex thing. It really is.
So who's in charge of all of that?
Well, Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige needs to make sure it makes sense.
This is why he's a friggin' genius, because for him to be able to do all of this, not just over the movies, but the TV series as well. We've still got
the threads.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys haven't seen Eternals, but the ending of Eternals has so many different possibilities now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right.
They've opened up the cosmic realm with Eternals massively.
Okay.
And then also the other side of things, which I know you'll be very pleased about. I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, they seem to plan for these reshoots, but with the additional material, who knows? I don't think it's a disaster like some people are saying it is, though, because Kevin Feige is the man.
He knows what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And they will make their money back.
Oh, yeah.
They won't lose money. Put it that way.
No.
So you can take them kind of risks. Even if it bombed, it will still make its money. For them, just getting over what they paid for it is a bomb.
Yeah, of course.
And let's not forget, they've now moved this to May to open next year. So it's going to be opening during that time when they want something big to open for or something.
Yeah.
So
but that's what makes me feel like they want a really massive summer movie with this.
Solid, it's got to be solid.
Yeah.
With no plot holes.
Exactly.
It's got to be solid.
So what are we saying collectively? Are we worried about these reshoots?
No. I don't think it's going to affect it.
Yeah. It's just they got the finance.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you guys. Yeah. I'm not worried about this, but what do you guys think at home? Are you worried about these reshoots and also the shooting of the additional material? I mean, they're going to be on set for another 6 weeks, and that's six days a week. That's a lot of work. So we're not worried about it, but what do you guys think?
Wait, are they breaking the new ICAT ruling of the weekend off? IAC, whatever it's called, IACAT.
Probably, but I suspect some moolah has been in play.
I work 7 days a week if the money is right.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's a contract, isn't it? Like that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Of course. And listen, money talks.
Money talks.
Yeah. I'm quite sure the big actors like Cumberbatch and whatnot, they've negotiated
I just hope
additional.
the grip and the rest of it are getting.
Yeah, I hope the so-called little people in are compensated as well. But let us know down below in the comment section what you guys think of all this. Next topic, unfortunately, is another director slamming superhero films. So Ridley Scott is slamming superhero films, calling them boring as shit with scripts that aren't any fucking good. That's quoting him.
That's verbatim.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think he's got a cheek. An outright cheek.
I think so too. But let's see what this guy has to say. So we go to this report, which is via IndieWire, another reputable site.
Very reputable.
Right. So even this title says, as you can see, Ridley Scott slams superhero movies, boring as shit with scripts that aren't any fucking good.
You know what? You can always give him for props for not holding his tongue. He never has.
Yeah.
Give him that much.
Ask Ridley Scott what he thinks of superhero movies and he won't sugarcoat it. The best films are driven by the characters, and we'll come to superheroes after this if you want. because I'll crush it. I'll fucking crush it. They are fucking boring as shit, Scott recently told Deadline in an interview that has since drawn the ear of Marvel Cinematic Universe fans and comic book movie lovers on social media, adding superhero movie scripts are not any fucking good. By his account, Scott has made 3 great scripted superhero movies. One would be Alien with Sigourney Weaver, one would be fucking Gladiator, these are his own words, and one would be Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. They are superhero movies. So why don't the superhero movies have better stories? Sorry, I got off the rail, but I mean, come on. Superhero movies are mostly saved by special effects. And that's becoming boring for everyone who works with special effects if you've got the money. Which is utter bullshit. But anyway, we carry on. Scott is often frank while discussing present-day Hollywood. The director made headlines in October for... and now the thing is gone. Made headlines in October for shading FX upcoming television adaptation of his beloved Alien film franchise. Fargo and Legion showrunner Noah Hawley is behind the adaptation, which will bring Alien series to Earth for the first time. We don't need to go into much more than that.
No. He's swearing, he's ranting.
Yeah, he's being a dick, basically.
I think he's just trying to get his name back out there.
Good point.
Publicity.
What do you think of this news? Can you give me that copy?
Well, first of all, Alien was a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to call it a superhero
Wait.
Sure.
You're right. It's not a superhero movie. There's no superhero. There's a heroine in it. Yeah. She's a lead.
Yep.
She's strong. She's powerful.
Yep.
And she was brilliant. But she wasn't a hero.
Well, even if you want to call her a hero, I wouldn't call her a superhero.
Yeah. Superhero.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between hero and superhero.
Yeah.
She's not a superhero. What did he do? He did Riddick? Chronicles of Riddick?
No, he didn't do that.
He didn't do that, did he?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Ridley Scott did Gladiator.
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 Again, fantastic
Brilliant
film.
movie.
Hero, not superhero.
Not superhero. And there's a difference.
Yes.
And that's it. So there's the superhero universe and then there's your hero.
But did you hear what he said in that article? He was trying to claim that it's all special effects, these superhero movies.
Yeah,
There's no story to it.
No, but
which is absolutely...
The thing is, like you said
before,
everything has to make sense. The superhero, it takes more work to make them make sense and overlap and fit into each other than what he's doing. He's doing one thing.
Right.
They're bringing about 12 different dimensions and making it work.
All fit in, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the skill that goes into just that alone, that somebody has to oversee that, which is
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige.
Because let's be honest, DC have tried it and they haven't done well.
No.
To the fact that now they're going a different route and just doing standalone movies.
Yes. Yes.
Because they can't do it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Too much work.
Yeah.
It's too technical.
I mean, I echo. I mean, I'm going to give my thoughts at the end, but I echo 100% what you're saying.
Yeah.
You hearing what he has to say with his foul language? I mean, what do you have to say, Damien?
First of all, I think if he's going to be that overly articulate and emphasise his distaste of it, he needs to specify what films he's talking about. Because as you just rightly said, DC Universe hasn't held up the mantle as well as Marvel has, not by any way, shape or form. So if he's going to come forward and say, yeah, Batman vs Superman was part of the shit, I won't watch that, I could give him a few points for that. You know, if he's going to say, I wouldn't go again and watch
Avengers,
I'd be like, well, come on, the writing is actually very good. There are stakes, and I'll get back to the point on stakes in a second, but there are elements of that film where the audiences are drawn in and enjoy the narrative other than just the special effects. If he's going to turn around and say, right, there's no stakes in comparison to his films like Gladiator, I get it because they're finite. Like there's an ending to it. Even though they're making Gladiator 2, but there's an ending to it. You know, Maximus going to come back from the dead, I don't know. But there's an ending to it. Whereas with Marvel, it's got to the point now where you can literally just, someone can die and they come back again, and then the stakes start to disappear. That's the only thing I can go along with. Bar that, are they trash? No. Did I make a lot of money because people enjoy them? Yes. Are they Fast and Furious 9? No. That I can say to you, right, you can attack those movies.
Trash.
Because 9, no.
Trash.
But when, to the point of begging The Rock to come back.
Right.
But when you look at the Marvel movies and the run they've got, they actually have good narrative. They have good characters. They have decent directing. They have innovative directing. They have innovative storytelling. As you just said, the way that it's been shepherded by Feige, it's been dealt with in such an intricate way that you respect the work he's doing. So I've got a bit of an issue with it. I mean, do I have issue with Ridley Scott as a director? No, because even though I think his last few films kind of fallen off, I didn't really enjoy Alien Covenant that much.
No.
I thought The Counselor, the ending was a bit... I mean, he's narratively, he's fallen off a little bit, his last few films.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of that, because he hasn't been well received as of late. I mean, even the one he did with Mark Wahlberg about the stockbroker or whatever it was, that had to be reshot with Chris Columbus after Kevin Spacey went through that whole fiasco.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that, after all those reshoots, that didn't get very warmly received.
That's right.
Extras, Gods and Kings. I didn't.
The less we say about that, the better. So,
and if you want to talk about a superhero movie, that's technically your only superhero movie, narratively speaking.
Well, the less we say about that film, the better.
I just don't think he's done enough to be able to say that.
I disagree with that because it's Ridley Scott. He's done a lot.
No, but when I say in that genre.
Okay, I would even say he hasn't ever touched the superhero.
The closest he's got is probably Legend from like the 80s.
Yeah,
that's probably the closest he's. That's the closest he's got.
Yeah, and that's not good enough.
Yeah.
My problem with what he has said was he's basically to paraphrase what he said. There's no story in these superhero movies, and it's all special effects led. That's it. People are just watching it for the special effects. Well, my friend, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that's utter bullshit. What you're saying. If you go as Damien said. Maybe some of the DC roster or most of the DC roster, but even if we're going to take DC before we even go to Marvel, you got Joker that just made $1 billion.
Dark Knight franchise.
With Christian Bale. There you go. Are you going to tell me that narratively that wasn't good?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. And then let's go to Marvel now, who are smashing it out of the park. Are you going to tell me that Infinity War did not have depth? Do you know what I mean? That the story wasn't relevant to today and also very coherent? Are you really going to tell me that? Are you going to tell me that Black Panther the story was not done well? That they didn't pay homage to the historical facts? Is that what you're trying to say? Do you know? Are you trying to tell me that they didn't adapt Civil War, which was different from the comic Civil War, into a narrative that works well on film? This is what I'm saying. Obviously, when it comes to directing, you know more than me, of course. There's no question about that. But if you're trying to tell people that comic book movies have no story and it's all special effects led, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. And you are seriously wrong. And I don't know what it is about these old time directors like Scorsese, who's come out and said the same thing. I don't know what their problem is with superhero movies. I really don't know what their problem is.
I mean, the only thing I can see they may have an issue with is because they're not able to get the films they want to get kind of greenlit or get the budget they want to, because so much focus now from the studios is being placed on these movies because they know they make money. Like when you look at Scorsese, he couldn't get the money put forward for The Irishman.
But sorry to cut you there. Go. But you're asking for 200 million plus for a film that everyone knows Scorsese's films doesn't make that kind of money.
To be a box office.
Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't do it.
This is why he couldn't get.
Yeah. He makes classics.
He makes good
classics.
films, but they don't make that kind of money at the box office to justify a $200 million budget.
No.
You know, this is why no studio would give him that. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, this is why no studio would give it. And Netflix had to give it to him. You know? I just don't see Yeah, and you're 100% right, Damien. I think you're 100% right. I think a lot of these directors now have seen that their budgets are now going downwards, whereas these superhero movie budgets are going upwards. But as you quite rightly said, that is what's making the money now. That is, the superhero movies are what's driving Hollywood. If there were no superhero movies for the last, say, 15 years, Hollywood would be in trouble right about now. I would go as far as to say Hollywood would be in trouble.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
Because their box office is driven by superhero movies for the last 15 years. Do you know? Maybe even more. You know. So I don't know, man.
I mean, it does become a sad state of affairs a little bit when you think that studios are having to rely on those and are not taking chances on other narratives. So I see that argument and I hear that argument, because to a degree as an audience, we only now flock to the cinema really when a Marvel film comes out. Like, I can't remember the last time I was dying to go and see a film, apart from Swanson, which I can't wait to see. But I can't think of the last time I was dying to go and see a film in the last 2 years that didn't have the Marvel bandwagon above it. Yeah. You know, and that's my own fault, even as an actor, as someone that studied the craft for a long, long time. I should be flocking to go and see independent movies. But I normally won't put my hand in my pocket, which has got a very, very tight gap in there because it's got moths in there, no money. I will very rarely put it in my back pocket to go and see anything that doesn't have that brand attached to it. So
press a like if you got no money.
Yeah, please do. yeah. But I don't know, it's a hard one. It's a hard one because I think the way he said it, I don't think he's justified by saying that, and I think that's very offensive.
See, so this is I agree with what you actually said. That yes, it is a shame that we only get excited now to go to the cinema to watch Marvel movies or comic book movies in general, because Suicide Squad was a good film, the latest one. Yeah. So okay, I get that, but it's these directors and producers' job to give us something to get excited about. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Even his latest one, the last Judas, whatever he just made, the one with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And,
I don't know. I don't even know about that.
Yeah, it's got Oscar buzz because he just made House of Gucci as well.
Oh, was that Ridley Scott?
It, yeah.
Okay, I'm interested in watching that. I'm interested in watching that.
I'm not. But yeah.
Well, just to see the story. He talks about story. Let's see it.
The Last Duel. That's it. The Last Duel, and that's got an Oscar buzz, but apparently narratively it kind of falls off in the end. That's been the general gist of it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the last good thing he made that I liked, and I'm not even seen it all yet, is The Martian with Matt Damon. That's probably the last decent film he made.
Yeah,
did you watch The Martian?
I did.
Martian was very good.
I did like that.
Martian was very good.
I did like that. Yeah,
so that's 2015. I mean, he's making Gladiator 2, which I'm interested to see where he's going to go with that. If it's a prequel as opposed to a sequel.
I think maybe it's just another Gladiator.
Well, whatever it is, it can't have Russell Crowe. Have you seen the state of Russell Crowe recently?
Bruh. Recently, he's been like that. For a while, yeah. I think the day he walked off a set of Gladiator.
No, Man of Steel, he turned up. Man of Steel, he got
a little bit.
Okay.
All right. After then
he wasn't Brando-esque by then as he is now.
But I think
he turned to dust.
But I think that part called for it. I think he was eating a crap load of stuff for that part, though.
Yeah.
From what I heard about it, I think because he did dramatically change weight.
Yeah.
Because he also did the Mummy with Tom Cruise because he played Jekyll and Hyde, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't really fed up in that one. So I think I do give that part of the role from putting right on. But going back to Ridley Scott and what he's done, I don't know. I don't like the language he's using. I'm not gonna lie. It's inflammatory language to me to kind of get a headline. That's the way I look at it.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's to Leo's
bad publicity is publicity.
Yeah.
Because he's attacking the biggest franchise out there right now. Of course, that's gonna get eyes on him.
Of course. So, and I again, like I said, even Denis Villeneuve, who directed Doom, he did the same thing just before Doom came out, and now that I think about it, that was possibly his strategy, because you're dissing superhero movies and the people who watch them, and indirectly the people who starred in them. But then a lot of the people who starred in them are in your movie.
Thanos is in there.
Do you know what I mean? Batista's in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Jason Momoa, Aquaman is in there.
Right. So
they're all in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Spider-Girl thing is in there as well.
You can't get away from this. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole attack on superhero movies by Ridley Scott? You know, do you agree with him? Do you think he's chatting nonsense? Do you like the language that he's using? I mean, it's all very well to be blunt, but I mean, come on, man. You know. Anyway, let us know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. Right, our final topic, and it's been one that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I didn't want to get into the speculation until the news we heard just now, is that there will be a new trailer for the new Spider-Man film, No Way Home, and that they're promising to be a surprise element in that trailer. So they're doing a special fan event in LA today, actually. Wish we were there. We could all go. But yeah, so they got a fan event there where they're going to show the new trailer, and they're promising that there will be a surprise in this new trailer. Now, the reason why I've been wanting to touch on this story for the longest time is the speculation with all the characters from the old Spider-Man films that have come in. There's been speculation for months, maybe even a year, that Tobey Maguire from the first lot of Spider-Man films and Andrew Garfield from the second lot of Spider-Man films will appear in this one. Because the villains from all of those films are appearing in this Spider-Man film.
Right.
And apparently there was a couple of leaks that came out and they've hidden picture-wise, something like that. I didn't catch those. But it's been the biggest talk of the town for months now. So this has been hashed up again because of this so-called surprise element of the trailer. Now, John Campion's been touching on this for a lot. I've been watching this show and been touching on it for a lot. And he does think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be in there. But the reason why he was speculating whether they will be in there or not for sure is because he thought by now they should have announced it in a trailer.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, as John Campion quite rightly said, announcing those two in that movie as Spider-Man as well will sell all the tickets, as he put it. I'm quoting John Campion verbatim. All the tickets. And it would. You know what I mean? It would. I personally do feel now that those two will show up in this movie because as has been rightly said, the villains from the Tobey Maguire era, Doc Ock and Green Goblin is showing up, and that's been confirmed.
Green Goblin?
Yeah, been confirmed. William Dafoe's back.
Oh, William as well.
Yeah.
Love William Dafoe.
And Melina.
Love him.
And Melina as Doc Ock.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro, and that's from the Andrew Garfield one.
Yeah.
And then also we've got the situation with Venom, where you know what happened in the end credit scene.
Yeah.
So we've got that. So there's a lot of surprise elements that could happen. John Campia also touched on the fact that there could be a Kraven the Hunter situation because they're doing the film right now.
Yeah.
With Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter. He did Kick-Offs and Kick-Offs.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's that situation. But then there's also a situation that we spoke of before we got on camera about Morbius.
Yeah.
Also could be in there as well. Being a Spider-Man villain. So I leave the floor to you guys. What do you think is going to happen? Leon, you first. Do you think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are appearing in this film? And, let me not leave out also Venom himself, Tom Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, being in this with the events of Venom 2. What are your thoughts about this so-called surprise in the new trailer?
I'm just hopeful, if I'm honest, that everyone's in it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just hopeful that everybody's in it.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah. But then when you say everyone, like who exactly? Because we know, okay,
William Dafoe.
We know that he's in it.
Yeah.
The things that we know for sure,
right,
is William Dafoe is in it as Green Goblin.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is in there as Electro. Yeah. Is it Andrew Molina or what's he?
Alfred Molina.
Alfred, sorry.
Yeah.
As Doc Ock.
Yeah.
So there's a poster. I don't know if you could find a poster and stick it on there.
Yeah.
But there's a poster that shows the Sandman in there as well.
Okay.
That John Campion mentioned. It's just chock-a-block full of friggin' villains. So there's that as well. Venom has got to be in it. I can't see how, especially at the ending of Venom 2.
They've got to touch him up in
They've
there.
got to put him in there.
Yeah.
I doubt if Morbius will be in there, but I could see him being in there. I doubt Kraven the Hunter will be in there, but it's a good way of introducing him in it.
There's a lot to do. If all these people are in there, there's a lot to do.
Bro.
Paul Giamatti in there as well for playing Rhino.
Right, so that's been mentioned as well.
Is he in it?
No. So he's not definitely in it, but he's one of the fan theories that he's the surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. So as Rhino, because remember he was in the second lot with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
So again, I'll leave the floor to you guys. What do you think is going? Do you think, first of all, let me put it to you. Do you think Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are showing up in this Spider-Man film? And do you think that's a surprise they're waiting for? They're going to show in this trailer.
I actually don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't know.
To you, Damien, do you think those two are showing up in this trailer and in this film?
I think there's been too much speculation for not having them. Even if they weren't originally, I think the amount of interest now, they're going to make, you know what? Andrew, we'll throw 10 minutes at you. 2 seconds. Show your face. Go home.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll do a Martin Brando and turn up for 30 seconds for a shitload of money.
Yeah.
I
that's what he did in Superman, isn't it?
Yeah, literally like 2 minutes of screen time, like 10 million. It's like back in the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they'll be there. And I mean, to the point as well, like the amount of villains they've got coming back, if they get Paul Giamatti in there, Alfred Molina in there, William Dafoe in there, possibly Keaton's going to make an appearance as Vulture, he must have at some point.
Yeah.
And that's not to take out Jamie Foxx, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, obviously Benedict Cumberbatch. That cast, the budget for the cast alone would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking like, right.
You can't have everyone.
Yeah. So I'm just like, if they're in it, I don't think they're going to be in it for that long.
Yeah.
They'll probably suit up. You'll see them in the Spider-Man suits. They'll have a bit, but even that could be stunt doubles. They might do the voiceover work. They'll probably suit up. You'll have a little bit of them as Peter Parker for nostalgia, and I think they'll be done. I don't think they'll be. I may be wrong, but I don't see them being that integral. To the
story. Yeah.
They may do like an Avengers Infinity War shot up at the end and help him out.
Yeah. I think you're right because there's just too many people. But they're still going to show up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think they are going to show. Well, one of the reasons why I think they're going to show up. Andrew, being specific to Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, is with all the villains that's coming in, it makes sense that they're going to show up. First of all, second of all, we've got to remember. This is going to follow or be a run-up to the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange being in it as well. So,
another reason Doctor Strange could be...
Right. Yeah. And then we've got a taste of this with the animated Spider-Verse film. Remember? Remember that?
Yeah.
We've got a taste of it there as well with all the Spider-Men in that.
Yeah.
So I've got a feeling that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will be in this. How long they'll be in it, I don't know. But
did you watch that Spider-Verse? Like the cartoon?
Yeah. Okay, with Miles Morales. Yeah. I liked it.
I loved it.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's for John Campion, that was his favourite comic book film of 2018, despite Black Panther and Infinity War coming out, which I don't agree with that. But let's not go too nuts. But I actually do think those two will show up. I actually do also think that Tom Hardy as Venom will show up as well.
And to that point, you know who needs to show up? Who definitely needs to show up?
Who?
Mary Jane.
No, please bring back Topher Grace so Tom Hardy's Venom can eat him. I just want to.
I don't even want to see Topher Grace.
You know what?
No.
Bring him back in for 30 seconds.
No.
Just so his Venom can go, who is that guy? And just eat him and then leave. Yeah. Just to get rid of that bad taste in my mouth. Bring back Topher Grace for 30 seconds so Venom's Eddie Brock and Venom can eat that Venom.
I think the less we know about that Topher Grace Venom, the better. It's just,
It was the laugh. It was
disgusting. But yeah, a lot of, there's a lot of speculation. I mean, I wish we were all there for the LA fan event, but the trailer is.
But if you like and subscribe, maybe one day we can be there and report directly for you.
Yeah, definitely. But John Campion did say that because he's not driving out there and he lives out there, and he said the reason why he's not going to drive out there is because 30 seconds after they show that trailer, it's going to be online, which is true.
Yeah. But still, the vibe.
Yeah,
the vibe. We can go for the vibe.
He's had years of that stuff.
Yeah, we ain't had years of that. Give me a couple of years, I might say that, but I'm not in a position to say that. It's like Ice Cube and the vaccine. Like, I can't turn my back yet.
Not on 9 mil. Hell no. Hell no.
That's it.
Hell, I'd take it 3 times if you give it for 9 mil.
Booster, everything. You know what I mean?
Is it just maybe I'll take that too.
I'll take all the vaccines for 9 mil.
That's it.
But I'm really looking forward to this Spider-Man film.
Who's the best Spider-Man?
I have to say Tom Holland.
Are you? Yeah.
For me, he encompasses the best of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So for me, Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Tom Holland has managed to find a balance between both of them.
Yeah.
And that's why he's my favorite.
Okay. That makes sense now. Because I was gonna say, but
That's Tom Holland has managed to find the balance between both of them.
I'm in agreement.
So
but then he's had time,
and he's had stuff to pull from.
Yeah.
When you're first. But then you've got years of Spider-Man, like. You got years of the cartoon and the comic books to pull from, to be fair.
And to be fair, he is a big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, and we know how cheeky Spider-Man's been from Doc. He's different to all other superheroes.
But this is why I said that he's found that balance, because we know Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man was very cheeky.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Spider-Man was.
That moment where he literally pins the guy he's rubbing
to
the
car,
wall, pins him towards like,
exactly.
That's
classic
Spider-Man.
That's classic Spider-Man, which Maguire didn't have.
No.
But then the nerdy part of Peter Parker, Maguire had to play that to a T.
Spot on.
You know what I mean? So, and that's why I said Tom Holland has managed to find that balance between the two.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna.
So,
I concur.
Judges are in.
Yeah, exactly. So, I would say that you guys are looking forward to the trailer coming.
Yeah.
And the surprise coming.
Yeah. When is it coming?
Tonight. So it will be while we're in bed. It's going on in LA.
Okay.
Because LA's 8 hours behind.
Okay.
So when we wake up tomorrow, it should be online. The new trailer. And we will review the trailer for you guys and give you our thoughts as well.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you think about this news. Who do you think is going to show up in this Spider-Man film? Do you think Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to show up? Do you think Tom Hardy's going to show up?
You think I'm going to show up?
Do you think we're going to show up?
We ain't, but we want to.
Leave us your comments down below and let us know. And with that, the show is over. So I want to big up my friends here.
Jim Rat Pack.
Yes.
We're like family now.
All right. Well,
friends.
that's a given. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
But
my brother.
Let me go to my right first. Damien, where can all the supporters holler at you?
You can find me under Larry's couch, where I'll be into the next episode, and I'll call my way back out again. On Damien Ashley Act at Twitter, on Damien Ashley Instagram, on Twitter, sorry. And that's pretty much where you can find me. And in the ghetto as always with Leon.
That's right.
And Leon, Knowing the answer before I even say it.
You can find me in the ghetto also and at Larry Olubamiwo on Twitter and Instagram, yeah? I'm there.
And of course, as always, you can find me at Larry Olubamiwo on Twitter and at Larry Olubamiwo on Instagram. Please also check out all of our IMDBs. You can see what projects we've been in, projects that we have coming up. We will be seeing you on the next show. Please look out for the newly released review of The Raid, starring Iko Uwais. Let us know what you think of that. And until next time.
Bye-bye.
So